How's it going, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer coming at you with another video. So today's video, it is very much Sega Genesis related, and we'll get to that in just a few moments. Just a few housekeeping notes. The first thing is, I tried to watch Dreamcast Guy's most recent video talking about Cyberpunk 2077, and the DLC has apparently been delayed till 2023. So I don't really want to talk about that. But what I do want to talk about, we've mentioned it before on this video. He totally, again, it's one thing for me to do this because it's just a fucking hobby channel. But he totally doesn't watch his own videos when he records them. He basically posted this Cyberpunk video. And at the very beginning of the video, he does like a double take on what he's trying to say. Like he didn't edit it out. And then he goes on about how, oh, you know, I didn't use my green screen on this video. You could tell he was so desperate to upload this video as quickly as possible for views. He just didn't care about editing it properly. That's basically what it boils down to. And when you watch the video, about halfway through, he does it again. Like he says something and he doesn't like the way that he said it, so he says it again. And it's unedited in his video. You can go and watch it yourself. I'm not going to post it here. But I just thought it was fucking hilarious because, again, you know, we all kind of take pride in our editing. For the most part, I fuck up all the time. But when you get to be someone like an MJR or a Dreamcast Guy where you've got a couple 100,000 subscribers, you think you'd be a little bit more meticulous about your editing. But I guess not. I guess in the case of Dreamcast Guy, it's all about speed, right? As soon as news breaks, you got to post your video as soon as possible. But unfortunately for Dreamcast Guy, he's not good at doing off-the-cuff one takes, right? His videos are very much scripted. So I think with regards to his content, maybe it would be better if he just did an off-the-cuff one take. However rough it is, warts and all, versus trying to do this scripting bit that he does where he fucks things up and then he doesn't go back and edit it. It just looks worse, right? So the next thing I want to talk about here, Ninja Kitty. He's one of Tony TGD's cohorts. He left a comment on one of my most recent videos, and the notification popped up on my phone at like fucking 3 in the morning. I'm not quite sure. And I've noticed this with Ninja Kitty's comments before. I just haven't said anything. I wanted to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, I opened up the notification. It was fresh. It was like posted 2 minutes ago. And I looked at it. And the thing that really, again, I've kind of noticed this over the last couple of weeks. The thing that really stuck out to me was when I looked at his comment, it had 14 likes on it. I'm like, what the fuck? This comment was just posted. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, folks, we've seen this before. It's nothing new on the platform. This guy has 14 alt accounts. So what he's doing is he's signing into his main account, Ninja Kitty. He's leaving a comment, and then he's signing out of his YouTube profile, and then he's logging into his 14 alt accounts, and he's posting, he's hitting his comment. He's liking it 14 times to try to get his comment right to the top of the thread. Fucking weird, man. Weird. Busted. This guy got busted. Unbelievable. And then shortly thereafter, his cohort, the Rambling Man, showed up and started defending and posting comments under Ninja Kitty's comment that he left on my video. So again, folks, you see what happens here? You get people like the Rambling Man, who I've never had any issues with. And as soon as you post a video that doesn't jive with their way of thinking, immediately they go rogue. They go absolutely AWOL. And the next thing you know, Rambling Man's posting all kinds of comments in my comment threads. And it's funny, too, because I'm old school, right? I'm not really up on this whole social media jazz, if you will. I've got the YouTube channel and I've got Twitter, and that's pretty much it. But when you get people like the Rambling Man or Ninja Kitty that come after you, they're always using these sort of these I don't know what you would call it, keywords, if you will, buzzwords, and they're always like, "I've got my receipts. I've got my receipts. I've got my receipts. Where's your receipts? I've got my receipts." So again, this whole receipts thing, it must be a hipster movement, or the words that these youngsters use when they're talking about things on the social media platform. You see, where I come from, Rambling Man, this is a receipt. This is a receipt. You go to the grocery store, you know, like back in the day 20 years ago, they give you a receipt. I don't know what the fuck this guy is talking about. Yeah, he's obviously completely absorbed in social media. He's addicted to it. He needs to sort of give it a rest, obviously. And the next thing I want to talk about is Master System Marceau. He was live streaming last night, and a bunch of guys from Tony's cult came over in their alt accounts and started attacking Master System Marceau, leaving not only horrible comments on his live stream, but some of the names of the alt accounts I can't even repeat here as to what it was. Nobody deserves that. That's absolutely fucking disgusting. So yeah, it's funny though, because it's like you can set your live stream up so that the person can't leave a comment unless they've been subscribed for like 2 hours, as an example. So at the end of the day, yeah, he has to block a lot of these alt accounts. But I think Master System Marceau was telling me he gained like 30 subscribers yesterday just because of this whole ordeal. So it's absolutely ridiculous. So I think what me and Master System Marceau are going to do, we're sort of working out the kinks here. We're going to start live streaming either weekly or it might be bi-weekly. And I think we're going to call it the Gentleman's Club. And it's just going to be me and him. We're not going to just invite rando strangers onto the stream and spend 8 hours attacking people and cutting people up and having a joke at other people's expenses. This is going to be a professional live stream where we're going to conduct ourselves like grown adults, and we're going to talk about gaming related topics. We're going to talk about other things that aren't gaming related topics, but what we're not going to do is we're not going to sit there and take shots at other people on our live stream and stream till 4 a.m. and have 7 people on our live stream where it's just a fucking circle jerk, right? So yeah, so look out for that. It should be interesting. I've also broke bread with Smash JT. We've engaged a little bit. I've subscribed to his channel. He's subscribed to mine. And I have, right now, as it stands, I have no issues with Jeff whatsoever. So, you know, after seeing how some of these people act on this platform, fucking Jeff is a saint as far as I'm concerned. So he's more than welcome to leave comments on this channel. So yeah, it's good to be able to engage in conversation with Jeff again. And same with Turbo Joe. No issues with the guy whatsoever. You're more than welcome to come over to this channel and leave comments. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do here, I want to show you guys my Model 1 Sega Genesis consoles. And I'm not going to go deep in on it. But what you can see here, I've got them in bubble wrap because a lot of my spare consoles, I have them put away. So I had to dig these out today. This is a momentous occasion, special occasion, just for Easter. So there's apparently 14 variations of the Sega Genesis Mega Drive console. And I've got 3 variations, which I'm going to show you guys today. So hopefully you guys find this interesting. I know it's not for everybody, but this is really something I wanted to post for a while, sort of giving back to the community. And if you like what you see, there's other videos on YouTube that cover this in way more detail. There's forums, threads, and discussions online. It's very interesting stuff indeed. So anyways, without further ado, let's check it out. All right, so as you can see here, I've got the 3 Model 1 consoles in front of me here. Now, at first glance, obviously, You might be wondering, like, what the hell is the difference? Well, there's actually quite a bit of difference between the three consoles. Again, I can't really get into all of it here for various reasons. For one, if I did, this video would probably be 2 hours long. And number two, I haven't actually ran the serial numbers on each console to confirm the exact variations, but I can tell you a couple of key differences here. Things that I've picked up on, a few things that when you watch other videos out there on YouTube, you won't necessarily see some of the things I'm going to show you here. So one thing I want to mention here, a little bit off topic, but if you are in the market to collect for one of these old retro consoles, one thing I always like to say is, with regards to the Genesis, it's nice to collect these consoles or have at least one of them, because unlike the Super NES and the NES, which are made up of gray plastic, the Genesis and the Mega Drive had a nice black sheen to it, which means it doesn't fade. It's not susceptible to fading from the sun. So if you're particular about that stuff, which I certainly am, I would highly recommend getting a Genesis. So with that out of the way, I picked up this one here. I picked it up off of the Classifieds a couple of years ago, and these two here, I actually found them at the thrift store, if you can believe it. You'll never find a Super NES at the thrift store. You might not even be able to find a Genesis at the thrift store these days, but this was only a couple of years ago. And so that's why, if you're watching this and you're wondering why did he pick up 3 of the same console, well, obviously if you find this at the thrift store for $20, you're probably going to pick it up, right? So yeah. So the best Genesis Mega Drive console you can get if you're in the market for one is the one that says high definition graphics at the top. It's my understanding, out of all of the Model 1 variations, the high definition graphics console is the one that has the best Yamaha sound chip. So that's why, if you're in the market, definitely get a high definition graphics console if you can find one. Whereas the later releases don't actually say that on the top of the console. They removed that, and that's how you can tell if it's the console you're looking for. Another key difference here is you'll see on these consoles on the back, very similar. Look at this one here, very similar. The high definition graphics model has an extra controller port. So again, slight differences, right? Another unique difference is this red plastic piece here. It's almost like a maroon color on this console, whereas on these consoles it's a different shade of red. So something else I picked up on as well. The other small and minute difference here would be the slot that allows you to plug in the Sega CD. You can see it's flush on the high definition model here, and same goes for this model as well. Whereas on this one here, for whatever reason, it actually comes out a little bit. I'll show you guys this in greater detail. So you can see here one of the non-high definition models here. It's got the red piece here for the Sega CD. This is one of the ones where it fits on flush. Here's the high definition model here, same thing. But the other model, where it sticks out a bit, there's no red cover on there. I don't know if it was removed or not. But like I said, for whatever reason, this plastic piece, it's enlarged. So just to show you the back of the consoles here, this is the high definition model. You see here, model number MK160122. They all say that, so it's not like you can really distinguish the differences of the consoles just by looking at that, because there's clearly some differences. But that being said, I do believe, although these ones are all made in Taiwan, there were obviously some consoles that were made in different areas of the world, depending on which console you pick up. But the Model 1 is the worst Mega Drive Genesis console you can pick up. It's quite a bit cheaper in scale and production versus these old school models. Kind of like the revised Super NES that came out as well. And again, you can see a close-up of the expanded slot here on this console. Alright, so just one more thing I want to show you guys when we wrap up this video. Alright, so we'll wrap things up here. In conclusion, if you're new to collecting for the Sega Genesis or the Mega Drive and you're thinking about getting one of these consoles and you're not quite sure which console to pick up, certainly avoid the Model 2 Genesis like the plague and get yourself a Model 1. Better sound chip, more reliable, better looking in my opinion. And that being said, if you're in the market for a high definition graphics model, if you're able to, see if you can plug it in and test it out before you purchase it, because with this high definition graphics model, you guys can post in the comments below if you know more about it than me. Any of these consoles for that matter, when you turn them on, you're greeted with a TMSS screen. It has something to do with security. Not 100% sure. I have read about it, but I just don't quite remember what it's about. But when the Mega Drive Genesis Model 1 first came out, again, it was a high definition graphics model as well. It did not have that initial boot up screen, that TMSS screen. And for that reason alone, that version of the Model 1 is the most desirable version. And I think it may have even had something different on the sound chip as well. I'm not 100% sure. Again, you can read up on it online. But, you know, even though these consoles are region free and you can play PAL region games on these consoles, for whatever reason, with the TMSS boot up screen, there are a select few number of games that you can't actually play on these consoles. Whereas if you get the non-TMSS console, it is completely region free and you can play any game on that version of the console. So that is the Cadillac of Model 1s if you can find it. I was at a thrift store recently and there was a Genesis complete in box, if you could believe it. And I pulled the console out of the box, and it sure as shit, it was a high definition graphics model, and I left it there for somebody else. But I probably should have checked it. I should have plugged it in and looked at it, but it is what it is. So these two are obviously nice to have in the collection, but really it's this one here. This is the Cadillac, the high definition graphics model, if you can find one. So hopefully this helps you out here, this little collector's corner video. I really do enjoy talking about the Sega Genesis, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well. Until next time, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.